Hello, welcome back to the channel. Been a hot minute. Been up to various bits and bobs that I'll explain throughout the course of the video. But the channel's going to take a slightly different direction. So we're going to do and focus on more of the in real life kind of settings. Let me just go inside so it's not as noisy. So in as it stands in real life, I'm moving towards opening my own haulage company, so that will be coming to the channel as well. But for ETS, I thought I'd do things a little bit differently and just actually try and give you a bit of real life perspective on how things do go in the real world. Even though I know this is a game and it's a simulation, etc., etc., I thought it might be fun for us to kind of do that. So basically where I'm at now, I came into the east of France. I've got a small depot here, which is like my maintenance depot. Came across from where this truck's based in, where did I come from? I went to Bern from Zurich, I think, and then from picked up a load from Toblerone over there, which was pretty busy, very tight getting in and out of there. But yeah, then came down. It was quite a nice drive. Turned up here, obviously dropped the load off over the road, and then oh no, sorry, the load went to Lyon, and then I ran empty from Lyon to here. So as you can see in a sec, I brought the truck in for a 6-week service, and the trailer's got to go in for a service as well. So you can see if I just pull the truck around, there you go, that's the trailer as well. So we're waiting for service to be done on both of those. So in the interim, I'm going to have to drive the loaner. So I'm going to park this back up in here, try not to smash it up against the wall, and then we'll go in and we'll sort out taking over the new truck. So what I'm going to do real quick, very easy thing to do here, is just to go, where am I? I'm at the top. The Fool. Right. Relocate. Pop myself in down here into the loan truck, and then we do have a trailer that's down here as well. So we'll, where is it? Come on, there we go. So we'll use that and we'll go pick up a load while we're waiting for that trailer and truck to be serviced. So let's go over to cargo market and see what we got. We won't go too far because we want to stay fairly local because we're going to come back. So let's go over to Kuehne Nagel and we'll take some nylon cord, unless we got Saint Laurent. No, that's all right up there. That's the wrong way. We've got some chocolate going down to Marseille, but again, it's fairly substantial. Let's take the nylon cord. Let's just do that one. Shouldn't be too long. Fairly straightforward. Right, let's get the old seat set right. I think it's more the FOV than anything else with this. Just so you can see clearly without constantly messing around with the seat. Although I do feel like we need to be. In a Merc, you normally sit up here, like you're like up here. That's just a running joke for anyone else. And if you're a Scania driver, you sit right down here. It's just the way it is. It's a joke amongst the industry. Anyway, let's stop messing around. You guys came to see some driving, so let's fire her up. Let's just make sure. Alright, checks are okay. Let's put the handbrake on. Don't want to leave that. Let's put the air up on the trailer and stuff. So let's just test the horn. Just a quick look around outside. Right, so right, that's working. Lights are working. Full beams are working. Alright, let's go. So we've only got to pull up the road, so it won't be too far. Alright, let's go. Good old Merc loaners. They're just, this is what you would call fleet spec. So there is nothing in it. I've got no luxuries, no cigarettes, no chocolate, no air fresheners, no nothing. I don't actually smoke in real life, by the way. I quit many years ago, but kind of feels nice just to have that on there. Right, let's go. So we've got 24 tons of nylon cord. So we'll take that on board. Right, where is the bay? Okay, so we're going on that bay right there, nice and easy. So, spin it round. Gonna have to, well actually we could go down here. Let's go down here and do a spinny. Then we haven't got a blind side it, you see. You should always try and make it as easy on yourself as possible. Always, 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 as much as you can, make it easy on yourself. Get that window down so you can get your head out. Right. Now obviously this well-placed security hut is a bit of a bum hole if you are backing onto this bay, but we don't have a choice today, so I'm going to try and cut it in. Bearing in mind as well, just I am waiting on a new steering wheel and pedal set, so I'm back to the old school keyboard and mouse controls at the moment. So if my controls are absolutely pants, I apologise in advance. It's coming in a bit too crappy with that, but just pull it out. Because what we want to make sure is there isn't anyone too close to you, because if you were, someone else was on the bay next to you, it comes in a bit tight. So if you've got the room to straighten yourself up, oh, I'm like too slow on that now. God, I so miss having my steering wheel. Anyway, right, there we go. That's looking better. That's looking better. Line it up. So basically, you want that door to have disappeared, and then there you go. You wait for the little bump. Right, slowed her up. Right, let's just check around, chop that axle because we're over 9 ton on the fifth wheel. Normally in real life that axle would drop automatically anyway. So, right, let's get going. Cheers, Dave. See you later. Right, gonna have to take this one quite wide because you don't want to clip that gate coming out of there. Give yourself plenty of room. Oh, she is heavy. Can feel that. She is definitely heavy. Come on in, old girl, let's go. So the sounds that I use mostly in ETS2, this is Sound Fixes pack, and this is Max's MP5 sound, I think. I normally do run the MP5 by the Highway guys, Wally and all that, but it seems to break every time there's a new version of the game come out. So I kind of just got frustrated in the end and just stuck with the old MP4 that is in the game, because you can't seem to drive these Mercs otherwise. I can see someone coming around. Right, we're going now. But I have to say, this sound is incredibly realistic. Having driven these trucks in real life, I can tell you they sound exactly like this. So they are paid for mods, but it's worth having because they are worth the money. Absolutely. So we're on the road now, heading up to the destination. So what we'll do is we'll run up to Leon, drop this lot off, and then we'll scoot back, by which time the other truck should be ready, and then we can jump back in the old Renault. I have got quite a few, obviously different like makes, models of trucks in this that I can showcase in these videos, but like I said, I'm just trying to run it as if it was like a a day in the life of a proper haulier, so you can sort of see the types of things that goes on, because this does happen in real life, particularly as well, when I was a driver on a payroll, if you were lucky enough to get your own truck assigned to you and then you had to go into maintenance and you ended up having to use a loaner, it's always grim, because no one really looks after loan trucks. People smoke in them, stink. Some people have pissed in them. It's disgusting. I always try and leave something as I found it. You know what I mean? And that was always true whenever I was using someone else's truck. Like obviously, if they've given it to me in a neat and tidy state with a full tank of fuel, then it goes back in a neat and tidy state with a full tank of fuel. If you give me a truck that's a shit heap and has no fuel in it, then guess what? That's exactly what you'll get back as well. Fucking hell, didn't need this. Right, I can't hurry up, drive. Right, here we go, lovely. Yeah, you can wait there because you're in a white van and you're a knob. Sorry, but I fucking hate white van drivers. They are the bane of the existence, and the world would be a better place without them. Oh dear, drive. See, that's what happens when you don't strap your load. It's better to spend 2 hours, what's it they say? It's better to spend 5 minutes strapping up than 2 hours sweeping up. And that is very, very true. You don't want to be in that situation whereby you're stuck in that life doing that. It's not fun at all in the slightest. So yeah, don't do it. If you are new to driving, you're a new truck driver, always strap your load. Don't listen to people who go, oh no, you've got load rated curtains, you'll be fine. I used to pull trailers with load rated curtains. They'd be load rated to 4 ton pallet, but that's not going to stop something going through it when you're travelling at speed. They're there as a kind of an additional fail-safe, but the idea is you get pulled over by VOSA, or DVSA now, but you get pulled over by them and your pallet is over a ton. I think it's not even that, it's over 400 kilos. If your pallet's over 400 kilos and it's not strapped, you're in big trouble. Now, you've got these curtain sider trailers like I'm pulling now have their own internal straps. They're only rated, I think either 800 or a ton, depends on the trailer, right? But again, if you've got a pallet that weighs a ton, right, which is 1,000 kilos, put a ratchet strap on it. Just do it. You don't want to be responsible for causing the death of someone because you couldn't be asked to spend 10 minutes undoing the curtains and throwing a few ratchet straps over, right? It's not worth it. It's not worth someone's life. Don't be fucking lazy. Do it right. You know, you get all these guys, I know what it's like, it's a Friday, you want to go home, you've had a long week, you've been out all week and you're like, oh bollocks, I just want to get home, I don't care. You will when it takes someone's life. So don't do it. You know, it's not worth it. It costs you 5 or 10 minutes here, but then look at it this way. That's 5 or 10 minutes you're being paid. So it's win-win for you, isn't it? And the thing is, if the DVSA do stop you and you have got pallets that are over 400 kilos that aren't strapped, guess what? You better bend over and pull your pants down because you're going to be in big trouble. Big trouble. You're not just looking at fines, you're looking at jail time for that. Is it worth it? No. And you always say, it never happened to me. Yeah, it never happened to you until it does. And then when it does, I've seen it. Literally, I've been sitting in the service station, right? This is another good one that they love to get you on. So I've been sitting at Clackett's Lane Services on my break, just sitting there scrolling through the old social media as you do, right? And there was a DVSA guy in the car park. He has a remote reader who's going around downloading everyone's tacos, right? And anyway, there's a guy next to me, same thing on break, right? Because that's why you're using the services in the middle of the day. You stop there, you might stop to have a piss, but you'll stick it on break. You're either having a 15 or you're having a 45. Now he'd been having a 45, and his break time was I think it was 43 minutes. The guy said, and he's leaned out his window to spray cleaner on his wing mirror because it was dirty. You know, it was winter time, you get the shit and that off the road on the mirrors, you can't see, it's a pain in the arse, right? And obviously both the guys spotted it and he said, you're on break at your drive? It's like, yeah. He went, well no you're not, because you just cleaned the wing mirror, that's classed as other work. Start your break again, off you go. So you had to sit there for another 45 minutes. They will catch you, right? It's just not worth it. We've all done it, right? We've all done it, but it's just not worth it. Don't put yourself in that position, because you'll put yourself in a position of great stress, because then, oh shit, speaking of which, whoa, that was dodgy. There's me giving a lecture on being safe. Because if you don't, right, and you put yourself in a position of risk, right, where now all of a sudden your day is knackered because you're rushing, because now you're like, oh, I've got to make up that 40 odd minutes. It's not worth it, because that's when it becomes stressful, especially when you've got multiple drops to do. If you've got multiple drops to do and you've got a booking time that's pretty tight, which, being honest, some of them are, right? And you're like, oh, I've got to get there and do that now. Then guess what? You've got to get there and you've got to do it now. And yeah, you're going to be under the cosh because suddenly you're running late for your drops. Then you'll get transport on the phone to you, and then the day just unravels, right? So don't put yourself under that kind of pressure. They're called breaks for a reason. Personally, what I used to do whenever I had to have a 45, to resist the temptation of doing anything else, have a kit. If you've got a bunk in the back of your cab, just jump on your bunk, have a kit. You know, have a power nap for half hour. Sorts you right out. Power nap, and then go get yourself a coffee. Sorts you right out. Especially if you started at 4 o'clock in the morning. But yeah, anyway, so sort of telling you a bit more about what's coming to the channel. So I am going to be in a position at some point next year to start my own haulage company. I'm not currently working in haulage. I'm doing what was my main career, but it looks like I am very much likely to be facing redundancy. And as such, I've decided that now is the time to make a complete career change and go off and do my own thing. Because when I was driving in real life full time for somewhere, obviously the pay was awful, and you're constantly doing someone else's runs, and I'm like, no, I want to do my own runs, because you'd always be looking at the other guys who had really cushy runs, and you're like, why can't I get that? And it's like, yeah, well, I'm going to start my own firm, then I will have my own cushy runs, because I'll do what I want to do, thanks. And that's the beauty of it, you know, is that I will be doing my own thing. You know, I'm going to be doing a little bit of possibly a small bit of general haulage, but for the most part, all of my stuff's going to be refrigerated loads. You know, I've already got contracts lined up, ready to go. So yeah, it's looking good. You know, it's all positive. I'm just waiting on, obviously, if I start it with the redundancy money, you see, then it's easier for me, because one, it's more money, and two, I'm not in debt straight off the bat, so it's much easier that way, which is good. So yeah, you know, at the end of the day, you got to do what's right for you. You know, I've got a young daughter who's turning 3 next year, and you know, I've got to make sure that there's food on the table and everything like that for her. And you know, this is the 4th time I've been through in my main career, which is in IT. It's the 4th time now I've been through. You know, the company that I'm working for gets taken over, and then there's an assessment of, do we need you, don't we need you, you know. And you know, what was it, 3 times I've been kept on, 1 time I got let go. This is now the 5th time. So I'm going to volunteer for redundancy this time, because I just kind of had enough. There isn't really job security anymore like there used to be. And at least if I am running my own firm, doing my own thing, then if for whatever reason it doesn't pan out, the only person's fault is mine. Do you know what I mean? So, and I've got some ideas, and I've got a really supportive family around me. You know, the missus is fantastic, and her family are fantastic. All of my family are dead, so you know, I don't have anyone, you know, other than our daughter, who's basically you know, my only living relative. But anyway, yeah, it's nice to have that kind of support network around you, and you know, they want me to succeed as well, and you know, it'll be helping me starting my own firm also helps their family business as well. So it's a bit of a winner for everyone, really. So yeah, that's going to be coming to the channel, obviously, as I get closer and closer to doing it. So when I start going around looking at trucks and trailers and stuff to buy, and you know, commercial units for where I'm going to store the truck and everything like that, then obviously I'll start filming that and uploading it to the channel so you guys can see. But yeah, as a rule of thumb, you know, that's the plan, that's what's in the pipeline. And in the meantime, I'll be making videos on here in Euro Truck. I don't know whether or not I'm going to do any more American Truck Sim videos, to be honest. I might do, I might not. I've got some good mods for it and everything else, but I'm just like, you know, I don't know the rules and regulations over there, whereas I do for Europe, so I can actually make much more pertinent content. I had released a couple of videos with no narration on them, but they don't seem to have done too well view wise, so I'm going to stick to my narration. I'm also going to start streaming as well on Twitch on a Friday night. So when I get my wheels set up, sorted out and back, because I hate this keyboard mouse thing. It's really jerky and crappy. So I'm sorry. Then you know, I'll get that back and running, and I'll be up on Twitch on a Friday night. Again, it'll all be through this profile, so nobody misses out, you know. And I'll upload the streams to YouTube as well. And yeah, that'll be something to go on there. You know, and it'll just be a bit of fun. You know, and I'm happy to, you know, give advice to people who want to become drivers, and you know, likewise chat with other drivers out there who, you know, are still doing it for a living, because, you know, it's all fun and games at the end of the day, and you've got to be there for each other, right? It's a funny old world out there, and you know, you want to be there for each other. Right, here we are. Let's go and see what. Oh, I forgot it was a tight one. A tight bastard to get in it. It's all right if you come in from the other side, but if you come in from this side, it's a little bit of a. There's no two ways about it. You're going to chew a little bit of that curb. You can watch the headboard as well on the barrier on the other side. Make sure I don't rip that sign down. Right, where are we parking? Let's see where we're at. Well, of course we're in that one, aren't we? Yeah. Couldn't put me on bay 3. No, let's go on bay 6, shall we? Right. Okay, let's do a spinny. Mind that fucking great bullard thing. This is going to be fun. Oh, I've got to try and get this this approach with the trailer spot on, because I tell you now for nothing, when you're trying to back down a hill with a heavy load on, you're pumping the brakes like mad, because you're like, oh, I don't want to hit anything. A lot of the guys are like panicking, because obviously the load will pull you back down the hill quite quickly. Now if it does, don't panic, but obviously this is the time where you will lose air, so you've got to be careful. So what you want to do is get yourself semi lined up. So the thing is, this is a bit of a blind side. I mean, it's not so bad at the moment because you can see, but what you've got to watch is this trailer here. So you want to try and get as much of your curve on as you can, but obviously you've got to remember you've got a trailer next to you as well. But try and put a bit more bend. I'm just going to try and put a bit more bend on the trailer, just so I haven't got to do so much correction the other side. So just keep it a little more bend, a little bit more bend, bring it back. Right, I'm clear of that unit now. The unit's clear of that trailer now. So now I can start putting more bend on the trailer, and I've got room to do it, you see. Otherwise you can get yourself in a right 2 and 8. Now yes, that was a blind side, but it wasn't really a blind side, if you know what I mean. And then we just keep going, wait till you hear the little bump. Boink, there we go. Obviously in real life you would get out and you would open your doors before backing on like that, because if you bump on like that, then yeah, you're just gonna lose it. But look, see, bang on the bay in one hit, straight in between, no issues, no aggro, no fuss, no muss. We're straight in, straight on the bay, ready to rock and roller. So let's get that unloaded. So got a nice little thingy there. Now let's see, do we have anything going back to, where were we? Clermont-Ferrand. Let's see. No, that's Geneva. Where's that? That's Albane. It's all Geneva. Dijon. Blimey, that's going all the way back to Bern. Have we got anything going to Zurich then? Because I can just go and jump in one of my other trucks. No, bloody hell. 25 tons of basil. Are you sure? Right, okay. Nuremberg. Luxembourg. That's a fair old slog. We won't be taking that in the loaner anyway. Right. Okay. So it is. So in that case, I will leave this there, and I will catch you in the next video. As we haven't got anything to run back with, I'm just going to run back empty. Yeah, in fact, actually, no, I could take you back empty, actually. Hang around, because the drive wasn't too long, was it? So let's do that. Let's head back empty. I need to put it in the old Prat Nav, though. Doobie doobie doo, doobie doobie doo. Right, there we go. Pop it out there. Off we go. Yeah. So, what have we got? Oh, it's going to be tight. It's going to be tight getting back in time for rest. We have to get the old lights on, but yeah, let's give them an old quick blast on the horns, let them know we're leaving. Did I put the trailer axle up as well? Yeah, I did. Right, fine. Because interestingly, in France, I believe you pay per axle that's on the road when you pay the road tolls. So when you're empty, lift the axle up. Not only does it save on the wear and tear, but it also means you're paying less in tolls. Right, let's go. Let's go, donkey. Right, there we go. So we're nice and empty now. So this should be a breeze. Because this is the thing, you see, I wanted to make this realistic. So although I was contemplating finishing the video there and sign it off there, I'm just like, actually, let's do it properly. Let's head back to the yard as if you would in real life, because you're not just going to get out of the truck and leave it somewhere in real life. Go, oh well, you know, can't get a load back there. Never mind. You just have to run back empty, because if you need to run out of your home base, right, or something's back at your home base, guess what? That's where you got to go back to. And trust me, as a rule of thumb, it's a real rarity that any haulage company will have any of their trucks running empty. I've never done it in my entire life, I've got to be honest. Other than one time, I think I've come. No, I've never done it. I've never come back completely empty. I've always had to do a collection on the way back. I've never had to just run in and completely empty. Sometimes you'll get told to. You'll get told, oh yeah, come back. But then you'll go back, and you'll be on your way, and you'll be probably about, normally this is the way it works, you'll be about 20 minutes away from the yard, and they'll go, oh, can you just swing into so-and-so and just pick up a few pallets of this? And you just like, yeah, okay. And it just adds another 45 minutes to your day. It just is what it is. But that's the industry, right? It's the industry you're in. That's how it works. But it's one of those things for me. I can always remember from like being out on the road. There's always that first part of the day being like super excited to get going in the morning. You want to check your load, pick up your trailer, get out of the yard and get going. And then when you got going and you got up the road, then it was a case of you wanted to check, you wanted to get to that first drop, get that first drop off, get it out of the way, because then that kind of would set you up for your whole day. And then it was just, going from there really. You try and plan your breaks. Obviously if you're going into London, which if you're a driver in the southeast of England like I am, will kind of be inevitable, although it's horrible. It's doable, it's totally doable, but it's fucking horrible. Unless you're doing it at night, but even then you've got to follow specified lorry routes. You don't deviate from those routes, otherwise you get fined immensely. Like, it's just not even funny the amount of money that they slap on you. So you've got to do that. You've got to make sure that you don't stop anywhere. That's like most of London is no stopping, right? So if you've got to take a taco break in London, you better hope that you're in somewhere that's fortunate enough to have a yard, or on a building site that's got a marshalling area where you can take a break, because otherwise you are absolutely effed. I mean, don't get me wrong, it is the law that you do that in a safe place. Now, you are allowed up to 20 minutes stopped on a double yellow line with your hazards on, which is enough to get you 15-minute break in. And you can say to the traffic warden, I cannot legally move this vehicle at this time, even if the police ask you to move. If you're on break, you're on break. But like I said, time, place, you've got to make sure it's a safe location. You can't take a break at the intersection to a major road and go, yeah, well, I'm on break. It doesn't work like that. And that's the other thing as well, is don't panic. If you are coming back from somewhere and your driving time is flashed up on the screen, you're getting close, or you need that 45. If the services is the next junction up, but let's just say that that's going to take you over your 4.5 hours journey. Hang on, just to make sure he didn't run into the side of me. Nice to see that they fixed that AI. If that's going to take you over your 4.5 hours, right? Don't panic, don't fret. Go to the services. You do a printout, and you keep one copy for yourself. You give one to the transport office, and you write on the back that the reason why you went over. You were looking for a safe place to stop. If that's what you were doing. If there's another reason why you went over, say that. Like, if the police tell you to do something and you need to do it, then you give them that reason or whatever. So there's always reasons for this stuff, but you do it to cover yourself, right? That's what you do. Always protect yourself. And every day you get back to the yard, you do a printout. At the end of your shift, you do a printout. Before you pull that card and get out of the cab, do yourself a printout. Always make sure you got two taco rolls in your bag at all times. If you're hopping from one truck to another, if it's your truck, make sure you've got them in the truck. I normally keep a whole pack in there. Normally you get some bastard come and nick them or whatever, but if you do, then just find new places to hide them or take them out if you ever got to leave the unit. But as a rule of thumb, always keep 2 in there. That's the law. And just make sure that you're covering yourself. And with those 28 days worth, what I used to do, just have a folder at home, right? And you get the old plastic wallets, and you write in felt pen on the wallet or on a Sharpie the month that it is, right? And then you put all of your printouts for that month in that wallet, and then and so on and so on and so on. Then that way, obviously, at the end of the year, you throw them away, because they'll go and audit. If they want to audit, they'll audit the company. But you always got to make sure at any time you can produce. You better get Benny on, mate. You always got to make sure any time you can produce 28 days worth of logs, printouts from your taco. Oh, I love knobheads like that. I really do. Now he's sitting right in my blind spot. What a genius. Couldn't get a Benny on and go round the truck in front of him. Now sits in the blind spot, and they speed up and speed up and speed up, and it annoys the hell out of me when people do that, because it's like, you're sitting in my blind spot, you're at risk, not me. I'm okay, I'm in a 44-ton truck, I'm going to come off of this all right. You're not. Right, how far are we away here? Because the old tiredness is kicking in. Right, that's right, we got time. We're going to be back in time. It's fine. We've got time. It's going to be close, but we're going to skank it right in at the death. It's because we're empty, we're going to accelerate a bit quicker than he is, so we'll just breeze past him on the outside. But yeah, I'll do a video on here as well, because obviously everyone can build show trucks on here. It's easy. Show trucks are a piece of piss, and it's like, but how many working show trucks do you see? I mean, my truck when I get it is going to be amazing. I'm going for a Scania V8 and it's going to look the absolute bollocks, but it's going to be a working truck. Will I take it to truck shows? Maybe. If I get the chance, I will, but it depends. You know, it's going to be a working truck at the end of the day, so it's going to be out there getting busy. But you know, that's what I mean. On this, like, they don't really. It's interesting because they don't really emphasise like the fleet spec. One of the features that I would actually love to see on this game is truck rental. So being able to lease a truck, because obviously that is a big thing nowadays, especially for hauliers. Like, they will try and encourage you to lease a truck, because realistically, if you look at it this way, leasing is a few grand a month. It's about somewhere between £2 and £3 a month, depending on what you go for, right? But all of your servicing, tyres, everything like that, maintenance, it's all taken care of in that cost. So you know that's one cost and that's it. Obviously you buy a truck outright, you've paid the outright price for it, but you know, if there's maintenance or anything like that, you got to pay that. So yeah, something to consider. Right, we haven't got a whole lot of time here, so I don't want to mess around too much. So I'm just going to do a spinny. Can I get round doing a spinny on that? Yes, I know, I'm tired. Ah, bugger. Gonna have to jackknife that right round. Right, if you ever have to do this in real life, oh dear, bollocks that one up. If you ever had to do this in real life, get out of the truck, right? Get out of the truck before you pull a jackknife like that. Get out of the truck, push the shunt mode button on the trailer and take all your airlines off. Pull the manoeuvre, then put your airline back on and take shunt mode off. Your red airline back on. Nothing else if you're in the yard, because if you're doing a manoeuvre like that, you will rip your airlines out. You might get lucky, but I doubt it. I've never ripped an airline. I've come close, but I've never ripped one yet. But trust me, you don't want to be in that situation because it's not pleasant. I'll leave this trailer where the other one was. I know. Let's just have a look outside. Ooh, just. Drop that, pull round into the garage, and that'll be us for the day. Not a bad day's work, that, was it? Had to run back empty, but never mind. See what's going on with my truck. And give this one back. Right. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.